And now let's dive into setting up that all-important barcode scanner. This is a quick one-time setup. So your scanner basically talks to Rundoo. It's actually more like two small jobs. First, you want to pair your barcode scanner with the cradle that it sits in. Then you're going to teach it how to read each of your labels. Take your time here and it's done for good. Let's start by looking at what's actually in the box. So you have your scanner. You've got your cradle. That's what your scanner will sit in. You've got a cable. One side has a USB. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. And the other side looks like that old telephone cable. It's called an Ethernet cable. And you also have something we call a configuration sheet. The config sheet is going to be sent. The config sheet will be sent to you by your Rundoo guide, and you should print that out. But I'll go into more detail on this in a second. Okay, so starting with the cable. As I said, the cable has two different ends. One side is like that rectangular end, that's called your USB. And the other side is more like an Ethernet style cable. Your Ethernet cable is similar to the cable you would use for your landline telephone. This is the one you're going to clip into the cradle. So you'll turn the cradle upside down and clip in the Ethernet cable in there. Push it until you hear that all-important click. The USB is going to go directly into your computer. Push it in. If it doesn't work, flip the USB over and then try again. So that'll go into either the side of your laptop or maybe underneath your monitor. If this is a brand new scanner, you might need to leave it sitting in the cradle a bit to charge before you start. Okay, now this is the part when I was telling you about. We need to pair the two. So we have the scanner and we have the cradle, but we need to connect them together. So what you do is you're going to take the scanner, and as you can see in this picture, there's a little square sticker on the back of the cradle, and it's got black and white dots. This is called our QR code. Take your barcode scanner and point it towards the QR code at the back of the cradle and pull the trigger. One short beep means it's paired. Set it back in the cradle for about 3 seconds to sync. You should hear a couple extra beeps at that point. And that's it. Part one is done. Easy peasy. The scanner and the cradle are now a pair. Part two is us teaching it. So in the image here, you can see what a config sheet looks like. Your guide will have sent this to you. You need to print it on paper. It might be very enticing to scan this off a screen, but it won't work. The scanner just doesn't like it. Once you print the page off, take your scanner again. So print that page off, and then we're going to scan the QR code, just like we did with the scanner on the back of the cradle. This time, you're going to point the scanner directly at the QR code. A good beep will tell you that you're all set. And here's what this is doing. It's basically telling the scanner to add a small marker before and after every barcode. Rundoo watches for those markers, so it knows the number came from your scanner, and then it can add them to the sale. I'm going to show you an example now. When you've had this all set up, you are going to click into any text box. So maybe that is a Word document, maybe it's a Google Sheet, or maybe it's simply the URL bar on a browser. Click in, not in Rundoo, click in anywhere else and scan a label in your store. What you want is you want to see a bar on either side of the numbers. See here, you've got a blue bar, and then you've got your numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, followed by another blue bar. This is the wrappers that we're talking about. That means everything is set up perfectly. You can see here, we see a good scan, shows the bars on either side. But a scan that shows you that things aren't quite right has no bar on either side. If this happens, you have to go back through the last few steps. where you're scanning the QR code from that config sheet. I would try that config sheet one more time. If it doesn't work, print out a fresh copy and try again. Once this gets set up though, Rundoo is talking to your scanner, and that's what we want to see. Now, you go into Rundoo, go into point of sale and into a transaction. Click anywhere in the cart and then scan some labels and you'll see they drop right in. Scan something again and that count climbs. If you scan the same item twice, you won't get a second line. The quantity just ticks up. The line flashes yellow and beeps each time. Easy peasy. Reminder, this is your practice store. Go scan a few things and get a feel for it. None of it touches your real inventory until you go live. So there's nothing to break. That's your scanner ready to ring. Now we can check the scanner off that list and get ready to set up the card reader.